Day 5 of making you a better colorist in under 60 seconds. Actually, didn't even do that with Resolve, I just did it with this. Anyway, let me bump up the contrast. Why is my image breaking? Have you ever tried bumping up your contrast and it didn't work? That's most likely because your pivot point is not set around middle gray, and that's your shortcut. Let me show you. Let's say this is the shot that you want to grade, and you want to bump up the contrast. So you start to do that. But instead of your contrast going up nicely, you see your entire footage is getting crunched. Why is that? Because your pivot is not set to the middle gray part for the DaVinci wide color space, which is golden nugget 0.336. Let's see what happens to our footage. This is our footage if we slowly bump up the contrast with the right pivot point, being at middle gray. You see how that's affecting our image equally without affecting our skin tones or darkening or lightening our subject? Now let's do this again to show what happens when your pivot point is not at middle gray. You see how changing the contrast affects my image in an unbalanced way? Basically, Ross from Friends was right. You have to pivot. And your pivot point in DaVinci Resolve's case should always be set to your middle gray. This also circles back to day 2 and 3 of making you a better colorist, where we were explaining how you can use a linear method to affect your white balance by using the gain knob. Golden nugget number 2, you can use the same technique to set your exposure with linear gain. Of course, again, very important, set your pivot point to the middle gray of your color workspace. Here's a cheat sheet. Golden nugget number 3.